Welcome to what I lovingly refer to as my storage room of doom. This is an unfinished portion of our basement that houses not only my Lego collection, which is pretty much taken over the whole front of this and is quite extensive, but also my childhood toy collection and video games that are behind me somewhere back there. But most importantly, for the purpose of this video, my official eBay store. This corner of destruction has been heavily featured on my vlogs in the last few years, ever since I got into selling on eBay, starting with things that were no longer serving me. As you may have seen, I have a lot of stuff, and I had more. And I started selling that off, and I got really into it. For me, it became a hobby. It became almost like a game to see what kind of high score I could get, taking something that I wasn't using anymore and selling. And then I also got into reselling as well. I started going to yard sales. Well, I was already going to yard sales, which has kind of got me into this mess. And then I started selling that stuff off as well, and then purposely looking for things that I could sell. And I got really into it, and like I said, I've been documenting it here and there in my vlogs as I do them each day. But I thought maybe it would be appropriate to start documenting this as its own series, to make it my eBay selling series, buying, selling, trading, whatever it becomes. And today's not like a special day by any means. Yard sale season, though, is around the corner, so I thought, what better time than right now to get into it. And this weekend, I made 2 sales. I guess to start this whole thing off, I want to say that I'm not making these videos to brag that I made thousands of dollars a week or anything like that. You can see from my 2 sales here that I made over the last 2 or 3 days that is not the case. This is just something that I'm really passionate about, and I share all the things I'm passionate about, and that's how all that Lego stuff got here. So over the weekend, I ended up selling a video game. This is one that I got at a yard sale as a part of a lot. I did not seek this game out, but surprisingly, it was worth a little bit of money. In fact, I sold this for $17.99 plus shipping, which is quite incredible because I listed a bunch of other Xbox 360 games the same day, and nobody's even buying those at like $4. So I wouldn't recommend going out for Xbox games unless you enjoy playing them, and I keep some of them, but duplicates I do sell off. The other thing that I sold was this Skylanders lot. This is like the 3rd time that I've sold Skylanders. I bought a whole bunch of them for $5 a long time ago, and I could not sell those for the life of me. I just kept coming down and down in price. And this one, surprisingly, these are Skylanders Giants. It was a part of a yard sale lot that I found in one of these bins. I had these all labeled up with my video game stuff, and I found them in there, and I was like, I am never going to play Skylanders. So I listed them, and I think these sold for $24.99 plus shipping. So with my $43 before fees of income that I made from these, you can tell that I'm not doing this for a living. Again, this is just my hobby and something that I have fun with and enjoy putting time into. So these 2 things we're going to ship out today, and I'll show you that process. Kind of prepped a box already for these, but we're going to put these in there like that. But what I like to do, and this is why I have a hoard of brown paper behind me. I like to package these up in this, and keeps it all safe. Everything we order online, I just save this, and I've ended up with just a ton of it. Apologize to headphone users for everything you're hearing right now. I imagine that's quite loud. This guy actually put a note on this that he wants this packaged nicely or carefully, so I'll do my best here. I don't think these need to be necessarily individually wrapped. These have existed like this their entire lifespan, so it won't make a difference if I were to put these in plastic now, I don't think. And hopefully that's acceptable. This isn't necessarily a tutorial on how to do eBay, but I can answer your questions from what I've gone through and maybe help you with things. I'm just sharing my experience more than anything. That's what this whole thing is about, and that's what I've been doing so far. This is just a place for it to go. I'm not sure if this will be a weekly series, monthly. I guess it'll just depend on how much footage I get until it becomes what I feel like a video should be. Because some weeks go by and I sell like crazy, particularly when I list things. It helps, believe it or not. And then some weeks go by and nothing happens, as of late, because I kind of got behind. So I'm thinking maybe this series will also keep me motivated and inspired and hold me accountable. I was thinking I would also share the things that I'm buying on eBay as well. I have something on the way right now. It's the Sony PSP battery. I got into my PlayStation collection the other day. I was putting a PlayStation 3 away, and I noticed the back of this thing had popped off, and the battery is swollen. So I bought a new one of these, and they're surprisingly cheap. I got it for like less than $13. So yeah, that's some of my funds. I basically traded this game more or less for a battery. I think that's a good trade, at least for me. That's another fun thing you can do on eBay, is if you want to sell something that you're no longer using, you can do that and then buy something with the money that you can use, like a trade. There's the note from the buyer. He said, "These Skylanders are a gift from my son. Pack them carefully and ship ASAP. Thanks so much." Well, he ordered these on Saturday, and today's Monday, so it's about as quick as they can go out. It's 1 pound 9 ounces, and then I just measure this as well. This is 11 by 8 by 6. So we got our weight, we got our dimensions. Doesn't matter what order you put those in, you click save, then this gives you the cost. So $6.53, and they paid $6.53. So I did a good job with that measurement. In fact, I think I used this box as like a test for that. So that's good. They covered the shipping. I'm personally not too concerned about the boxes and stuff because pretty much all of my boxes that I get are from Amazon and online shopping, as is the paper and everything. So that's all free for me. It's just kind of like recycling more than anything. On that note, we'll click purchase shipping label, and I'm gonna skip the next screen so you can't see his address. For the label, I actually bought a label printer a little while ago. I resisted for a long time, but I'll say if you're gonna be selling on eBay and you're serious about it, buy a label printer, and this is the one that I use and really like. I did a whole video on it, which I will link up top if you want to consider getting into it. I've got to be a little careful with this because I don't want to dox the guy, but the secret to getting this to work with an iPhone, which is what I use for the eBay app all the time, you click the like share button. Then down at the bottom, you click on Shipping Printer Pro. I know that's probably a little out of focus. This I really can't show you, but we're good to go. And I click the print button and it renders and then it prints just like that. You put that in your box and it's ready to go, just like that. Your first sale is done. Just to keep things transparent, which I plan to do on here, here is what I earned on that after shipping and eBay fees, $19.96. So they took my 25 and turned it into about 20. I know it's tempting to want to complain about eBay fees, and it's easy to do, but the way I look at it is I would have put those Skylanders into a yard sale locally, and I would have been lucky to get somebody to pay $5 for it. So I look at that money that eBay charges me as a way to connect me with a whole group of people all over the world, basically. So that's why I can justify them taking such a large percentage. But you know, it's a part of the game. I'm playing their game. It's their rules, and you know, I feel like we all kind of win. Everybody wins. Like they're connecting me, a seller of something that I'm never going to use or want, to somebody that does want that I would have never been able to contact on my own, and they make it happen. So yeah, everybody's like, dislike. eBay sucks. Okay, well, they're helping me out here is the way I see it. And they're helping me sell this, the Deadliest Warrior Ancient Combat. I looked at a review of this. I considered maybe keeping this game because I was like, oh, I don't own that one. But the reviews on it are absolutely god-awful. So I'm assuming that whoever bought this actually comes with like an extra DVD as well. Whoever bought this is probably just trying to complete a collection. Or maybe they just love it. I had the best price on eBay. I always try to have that. So that is Deadliest Warrior going out. $17.99. Crazy. I should also say my eBay store is linked down below if you want to check out what I have on there. Hopefully more than I have right now. I think I have 10 items still on there. I'm shipping this in one of these padded envelopes. I know it may seem a little big. I do have smaller ones here, but man, it's a struggle to get a DVD case in there. So I usually save these for other things. Like a PSP game, for example, would fit in there nicely. But these games, I just feel like fit so much better in these. So that was kind of a mistake on my part. Even though people were raving about these on Amazon, I like doing it in a slightly bigger container like that. Padded envelope is what it is. I'm hoping after seeing this video back and how messy my space is here, it inspires me to clean this up. That's life goals there. This is 4.6 ounces. I round that up to 5. And again, I do everything right here on the eBay app. So it's so easy. And then like the printing and stuff, it just makes life so simple. 5 ounces, and then those are already the dimensions. I already measured that up. So click save. Once again, my shipping cost $4.52. Buyer paid $4.52. This is a situation where I did buy this, but it's all right. It's negligible. And it's a business expense. Believe it or not, I made enough money on eBay last year to have to pay taxes on, which made me cry a little bit. Maybe I'll complain about that, but you know, it's everybody gets their fees and their money somewhere or another, right? Should we set a goal to try to run out of these this year? I don't think that's happening, but that'd be cool. More likely to get the room cleaned up than that. This right here shows your 90-day total on eBay. And last year, that was always like $3,000 or $4,000 because I was listing like crazy. Now you can see I've got 10 items right now and unsold 18. I cleared my store. Anything that hadn't sold in like the last 6 months, which is when I was listing religiously, I just put it in the yard sale lot. Like it's ready to go, but we'll look at our orders here. That one did $14.40 after fees. I'll drive these over to the post office later today, but for now, what do you say we list a few more things? For this, we get to spend a little time outside the storage room. This is our, I don't know, our movie theater and Lego area and gaming. It's an all-encompassing thing, but this is kind of where I just sit and list, and this is what I've got out for today. I actually have two eBay accounts. One is nothing but Lego, because I've got a lot of that, and these are a few sets that we built recently, played with, enjoyed, and now I think it's time to pass them on to a new owner. And this over here, more games that I'm going to list and probably not sell. These are not uncommon games. Call of Duty. Has anybody ever heard of this series? Probably. So I'm going to list these because I already have both these games. In fact, I think I have these for not only the Xbox 360, but PlayStation 3, because I've been buying at yard sales. So we got that. Got this little Happy Meal toy that I found at a yard sale or acquired somehow. And the cheapest one of these is like $8 and plus shipping. So I was like, all right, I'll trade that for $8. And then I went to the bins the other day. I go to this place where every day stuff starts out at like $7 on Saturday and goes down by $1 each day. It's like Amazon returns and stuff. And on $4 day, I got both of these batteries. These are like LiPo batteries for RC cars, another hobby of ours. And I'm actually have an RC listed right now as well. And these go for like 20 something on eBay, and they sell really consistently. So I thought, hey, I'll list that too. So I would say of all the things I'm listing here, probably, I mean, the Star Wars stuff always does well. We'll see on that. That's not complete. And then these are going to sit for all eternity, probably going to yard sale. But these things I think will do okay-ish. But I just kind of want to get this out. This was sitting up here, like in my to-do to list, and we're going to get them out and list them today. Listing's very easy with known products like this. Honestly, if you just take the barcode, they actually have a thing on eBay here where you can search by image or barcode, and that'll bring it up right away. I'll show you what that looks like. So you just go like that, and it brings up all of the games that have sold, and you can just pick one of those. Usually I go to like recently sold just to see what the prices are. Look at that collection. That's crazy. So I go to filter, and then I go to sold listings, get an idea of what these things typically sell for. And you can see like $5 plus shipping, which I'd be happy to get because, again, this is just a duplicate. There, someone sold it for $2.99, $7.89 with free delivery. Yeah, I'm going to make like maybe $2 off of this. These are all going for like less than $5 if they're purchased. Well, that one sold for $14.99. I don't know what people were thinking with that, but yeah, they are selling. I'm just not going to do too well with it. More interesting, though, is this, and I already did a little search for this. I'll show you what that is like, just so you can see it, because it's kind of cool. This would be an example of an item that you got, and maybe you have no idea what it is. You're not even sure what to search for. Well, what you can do, in the same way that I searched for that Call of Duty game, you go into the same thing, but instead you look for image, and then if you just take a picture of that, just like that, it will come up with items that match it. Isn't that wild? And then you can see what they're going for. And again, like if I put this for $8, mine will be the least expensive one on there. And if I could sell it for that, I'd be very happy. Well, oh, there's one for $11.25 with free shipping. So we might have to go a little lower, but we'll get it done. We'll get this listed. And I'm not going to take you through the whole listing process. That's just, it's kind of boring, I guess. Maybe you want to see it, but you can see what my listings look like. If you just go to my store, you'll see what my photos look like and all that stuff. I do have a photo box, but I think for this, I can just, these I just take overhead, and this I can just kind of set here. Because my background isn't too bad. It's just Lego stuff and room for expansion, which is good because that's what we're doing. Actually, I'll show you the process for how I get my listings started. I won't take you through the whole process, but what I do to start a listing, I don't just start from scratch. I go to one of these sold listings, and I find one that I really like, and I've been looking at this one. I like the title for this. That's really all you're looking at. Don't worry about the photos because you're going to use your own. But the title for this one is great. I might just change a little bit of it. And you just go down here, and there should be a spot. He actually, oh my God, he sold 7 of these already. He has more than 10 available. So I'm going to be competing with this person who's selling them for $13 with free shipping. I've got to be cheaper than them because people are just going to keep buying from them. And I think if you go down here, sell one like this is what I do. So if you click on that, this one might be sitting for a while. If you need a Happy Meal toy, let me know. And then you just do your stuff from here. And I just take photos right through this. Like you just take your photos here, which I'm going to establish to make it look good, of course. But you do that, you put your own title on, you set your pricing and the condition, and that's literally all you have to do. You put a little description in there, which most people probably don't even look at. Most people don't even have descriptions from what I've seen. Put your pricing in, your shipping, and yeah, I just kind of weigh this stuff out and get the shipping cost and get an estimate at least. Or you can do free shipping. Just make sure you don't lose money on your sale. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe at some point I'll do a whole tutorial on listing, but I imagine there's probably somebody that you could find that could do it a lot better than me. This is just my experience. I brought in the lights on this and I noticed that there is like some scuzz and some grossness on the back of this. So I think I'm gonna use my ultrasonic cleaner to clean this thing up. This probably isn't worth my time to do any of this, but just to demonstrate, I'll do all this with you. This is my cleaner here. Obviously way bigger than this job entails. I'm gonna use way more water than it's probably worth, but if that'd be fun just to kind of do. I haven't used this in a few weeks. This is actually like a transformer. It's like a dinosaur. I'll open it up so it gets clean. Anyone that was thinking about starting an eBay store is watching this right now and thinking, nope, not worth my time for $5. Yeah, you're probably right, but you know, like I said, this is something I enjoy. It's a hobby of mine, but there's what this thing looks like. If you want to see the transformation. And I've got so many Happy Meal toys to list. We'll make a whole video of that. They're all sealed too. So we might be able to find some gold in there. I don't know if there's any such thing as a valuable Happy Meal toy, but if there is, we might have it. For now he's floating. That foils my plan. Oh, I got an idea. Put that on top of him to hold it down. Yeah, that's perfect. We'll run that for just like 5 minutes. Usually that sound ruins my audio. I'm curious to see with this microphone on. Can you hear that? It's terrible. Assuming you can hear me, and that's not deafening to you, I'm going to go ahead and list these ZZ batteries. And just like that, our dinosaur Happy Meal is clean, hopefully. Yeah, that looks good. Much easier than scrubbing them down and stuff. Probably my second best investment outside of the label printer, ultrasonic cleaner. I have a video on this too, on my Lego channel. I'll link it above. We'll dry this guy off and get him on the eBays. I decided I'm going to go ahead and charge these up. I have one of these LiPo chargers because we do all kinds of things RC. And I want to make sure that these have a charge on when they go out, because if they're too low, then they won't work for the person and they won't charge. It doesn't hurt to take precautions like this just to make sure I don't have an unnecessary return because the person doesn't know how to charge these properly. While that's doing its thing, I will do the 2 easy listings, the Call of Duty games. I'm going to price these super low in hopes that they actually move. Took me a little bit, but I just got my last item listed on my Lego store, which I wanted to show you my inventory, just show you how lacking my store is right now. That's it. That's all I have in my eBay Lego store. I'll start a new drawer here. Ideally, these would all be filled up, but we got that in there, and then I've got the Star Wars set as well. So both of those were listed today. Similar situation over on my other one. This is Greg's collection. And this is everything that I have listed. And most of it, well, half of it was just listed today. We got the 2 games, we got the Happy Meal toy, we got the batteries, and then all these games that aren't selling. So we've got a lot of work listing things and to get the store up to where it needs to be. That's what we're doing here. We're getting things taken care of, getting it listed, and hopefully getting it sold. Speaking of sales, I want to show you some of the things I sold in the last week or so that I didn't film, just to kind of catch things up and show you where I'm at right now. I listed and sold the Skylander starter pack. That was kind of in addition to the one that I sold today. That was $30. Big win on this DJI mic system that I very rarely used, and I made $200 off that I put towards a drone that I bought. This is like my buy-sell trade situation. This is an item that was sitting for like 6 months. I could not sell. It was sitting at $40. I put it to $20 and it sold instantly, and I'm happy to see it go. It's like some figurines that I got as a part of a lot. I made a lot of money off of that, and I didn't even know what the stuff was. It just felt like it was valuable. And then I also sold my old and only DJI drone. I made $174.95 on that. That's before fees, of course. But that was money towards the drone as well. And then we pick up with where we are today. And yeah, that's Greg's eBay stores, I should say. We've warped ahead to the next day. And while I didn't sell any of the stuff I listed yesterday yet, I did make a really good sale. And it was for this Hoseem RC vehicle. This is a duplicate of one that they sent me. And I certainly don't need any more of these. So I listed this one and sold it for $250 with free shipping. Shipping is going to be a little expensive, but that was the competitive rate, and I'm happy to have it go out to somebody that can use it. The timing couldn't have been any better on that sale because I have to go to the post office anyway. I've got all my Patreon stuff here, and I do this photo of the month club thing, and all these need to go out. It'll be like a 2 birds with 1 stone routine. The thing is, I got to get there like right now because she's going to be going to lunch. So say goodbye to those Hoseem and my envelopes, and Another eBay sale in the books. Pretty good one. On second thought, we will not be sending this out through the United States Postal Service. Ground Advantage is $49.16 because this is almost 11 pounds. It's a big box. Instead, we'll scroll down and we'll go to FedEx Home Delivery, who will do it for $16.51. Sometimes makes sense on bigger packages like this. So FedEx it is. If you're curious about my earnings on that, $196.53. eBay fees, they came for me on that one. It's now the next morning, and I have to admit, I lied to you yesterday. I said we didn't sell any of the items that I listed the prior day. Well, actually, I looked at my Lego account, and when you know it, I actually sold a Lego set. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutation Chamber. Sold it for $29.99 plus shipping. And after eBay fees and my shipping label, which I've already put on a box and have it shipped up, I forgot to film it for you, which I wish I would have done. I'm failing on every front here. Made $24.40. But that wasn't the only thing that sold. Last night, we had another sale. My first video game actually sold. This is the Lego Marvel Collection for Xbox One. Didn't sell for big money. This is $5.99 plus shipping. But you know what? I will take it. Since I forgot to package the Lego set, I will package this one on video, which is not very interesting. There it goes. It's in there. This one, though, I actually had to disassemble the set. And I did all that last night. And I was like, oh, I'm doing that series. So forgive me, but it's in there. And it's actually going out to a patron. Hunter, if you're watching this, thank you so much for buying that for me, buddy. Trying to get used to documenting this whole process. Usually I just kind of show little snippets in my vlog, as I mentioned before. So now I'm trying to share it all. That's not going to work if I do all the fun stuff behind the scenes, right? So let's weigh this up. And we got 3.6 ounces. I usually account for, I think, 4 or 8 or something like that on these, just to make sure. I counted for 6 ounces. We're good to go here. It's going to cost me $4.25, and they paid $4.62. I made a little bit of profit, enough to maybe pay for this envelope that I put it in. All good to go there, and I made a whopping $4.40 after fees, which is totally fine because that was a game that came from a yard sale lot that I really didn't need or want. And that's kind of what we're doing here, selling things that I currently own that are no longer serving me, or finding things out in the wild super cheap that I can resell and make some money to buy things that I want to serve me. That's the whole thing, and I love doing it. So that's today's update, and I'll keep you posted when we get some more listed or some more sold. It's now Friday, and I have nothing new to report. No new listings, and as a result, no new sales. But I thought I could wrap this first episode up with an eBay purchase that I alluded to earlier this week. And I will open it up here and share my haul with you, because I thought we'd make this an all-encompassing eBay thing. Things I buy and sell and trade, and in this case, I bought a PSP battery. For this PSP, I got at a yard sale a long time ago. I would consider potentially selling this because I haven't really done much with it, to be honest. It did come with a bunch of games that I'll show you here. If you're curious what they all are, you can pause there and see if I have any good ones, which I think I do. Like, it was a really nice lot. I think I paid $40 for all this, but the battery ended up splitting open. Like, sometimes these type of batteries explode. So I'm glad it just kind of did that and not damage the actual console in any way. It just popped the back off. So I bought a new one of these for $12 and change on eBay. I'll put it up here. Maybe editor Greg will do it. I'm going to figure out a way that we can make this look somewhat professional as we do these things, but so far so good. I could probably extend this episode throughout the weekend if I wanted to, but I kind of want to start a new episode. This one went a little long, probably. I haven't quite edited this yet, but I feel like we have enough here to kind of show like an intro, and then I'll figure out a way to do this going forward, just like putting a battery in. We'll make it a thing, and we'll see how this goes. I forget how to even turn this thing on. I think it's over here on the side. We'll see if there's any juice in that. But I feel like this does a really good job. Not the PSP, but like this series does a good job of showing you what it's like being an eBay reseller or seller, I guess. Again, I'm just doing this as a hobby. This is just for fun. Trying to sell things that I don't use, like maybe PSP games, and buy things that I enjoy and want to use, like maybe PSP games and batteries. So yeah, that's my first week in this series. Again, this wasn't groundbreaking by any means. I didn't start this just because I wanted to show you some type of amazing thing that happened. It was just another week in my life. So we're going to continue this. I hope to list some more things so we can kind of keep this going. I've got a bunch of Thomas strains. In fact, I'll give you a little preview just so I hold myself accountable to get these listed. I've got all these little Thomas strains. I got a lot of these literally a lot of these at a yard sale last year for $50, and I need to get these all listed because I know there's people that want to buy these from me. So we need those listed, and I have a whole bunch of Happy Meal toys too. They're all back here. They're all sealed. I think there's like 66 Happy Meal toys in here. And I'd like to see if there's any value in those as well. So that would really boost my account up if I got all those listed. I don't think I have anything that's going to make me super rich by any means, but I just kind of want to get the store going and have it all on there. My ideal goal is to have a toy and game store is what I kind of want it to be, and that's what yard sale season is going to be for me this year. I'm going to be buying that kind of stuff. Oh, just remember another something I need to list. Uncle Bill's and Television. I got this thing like 7 years ago from him. I've never once played it. There's actually games back there as well that go with it, and I'm never going to use this thing. So another thing that needs listed and traded for something else, and we'll get that. I think maybe I should make that a priority. I also have a ton of Xboxes. There's so much. So that's why I'm kind of like wrapping this here. We'll start again next week or maybe even tomorrow. Maybe we'll try to get some stuff listed this weekend, but we'll try to do this on a weekly basis where I show all the things that I'm hopefully selling, maybe some things I'm buying, but kind of clearing things out and just enjoying myself and in this hobby that is eBaying. So on that, hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next video.